Guys, okay, so we're going to talk about a fragrance today that is from Fragrance World. That's all I can tell you. It's got an odd name, and I don't know. I'm excited to try it. Strap up. All right, welcome to the channel, guys. This is the Scent Bubble. I am your host for the afternoon, and today we're going to talk about a fragrance from the house of Fragrance World. This is Taj 2. Shout outs to my man Gator for supplying this. I'm going to treat this like a sponsored episode. You know, if any of you guys out there wants to send me a bottle of fragrance or some samples, I would be happy to shout you out in the intro. I don't care how many samples you give me. I'm going to shout you out every single time because that is cool. And Gator has earned his stripes tenfold in terms of how much support he's given me on this channel. So it might seem redundant to you guys, but quite frankly, I don't care. I'm looking out for mine. This is Taj 2, and I know nothing about it. So let's just go straight into the wearing experience. I wonder if y'all have messed with Taj 2. If there was a Taj 2, there's probably a Taj 1. We'll look at that in a second. There's something oddly funky about this. It started off like this super linen, fresh, clean fragrance. Fragrance World Taj 2. Huh. Taj 2 by I'm reading the Fragrantica caption here. Taj 2 by Fragrance World is a fragrance for women and men. It was launched in 2024, so last year. Top notes are pineapple, cardamom. Middle notes are vanilla bean, sage, and incense. Maybe I should spray it, shake it, and spray it a little bit. Spray it a little bit more. Dang. I hope it's like a maceration issue, but yeah, I'm going to give that a second to dry down, guys. It's not very loud. So, you know, sometimes you guys see me go into talking about a fragrance right away. This almost feels like it's not the same fragrance that I'm looking at. Okay, now it's coming through. Man, it had a funky opening, man. I don't know what the heck that was. Guys, forgive me. I'm not going to describe this fragrance. I want it to describe it for me because of that strange opening. I'm curious if anyone else who's tried Taj 2 had that experience. I had like I don't know what it was, but it was a strange, funky note. It wasn't oud or anything. I don't even actually think it was a note because upon the dry down, it's almost not even there. That was weird. I'm going to lube this test strip up because if that's actually there, I want to tell you guys it is. But if it's not, and it was just maybe the sticky thing that's on this decant, maybe that was the issue. I don't want to give the fragrance a bad rap. So while we look at the notes, I just loaded this up with like 5 more sprays just to be accurate because I might be totally wrong about the opening. Matter of fact, let me spray this up in the air. Okay, let's give this just a little. I don't know how people do this. It's so dumb to me, but we're just whatever gets the waft around the nose. Okay, so erase everything I just said about that, guys. I put it in the air. I didn't get it at all. You immediately get a fresh, clean fragrance, and it's almost reminiscent of a more organic take on like the Tarathi Blue Bulgari Tiger DNA almost. Let me spray it again. I'm sorry guys. This is a sloppy episode, but I'm gonna get the information to you. It smells like another fragrance in my collection as well. Imagination. There we go. Okay. Here we go, guys. The scent bubble's getting it together. You know, we're oh, gosh. I had a little itchy nose from that. That was crazy. I don't normally stand in my fragrances like Chaos Fragrance and all these guys. He'll spray it and then he'll go, Oh, I'm getting dumb with it, guys. Forgive me. Okay. Sometimes it be like that. Stuff happens. This is unscripted. Okay. So this is a really fresh fragrance. This isn't stinky at all. Something was up with my sprayer. Maybe in travel, the stickiness from the sticker on the travel spray, or maybe the plastic was a little rancid or something. I don't know. I just know that was crazy, and it's not a part of the fragrance. So disregard that. The opening is very, oh my gosh, extremely airy, extremely airy. This is such a light wear. I mean, picture whatever imagination is, not the clones of imagination, but the actual imagination. This is about 1/5 of the potency of imagination. So it is extremely easy to wear because of that, but extremely light. I get some fruit note that almost feels either like a grapefruit or pineapple or something up in that tropical bright citric category. I don't really get anything else. This almost feels like one of the Dossier fragrances where it just smells like organic ingredients or something. Slight sweetness, slight earthiness, but a lot of just a bright star note. With that being said, let's just go straight to the window here, guys. Okay. Yeah, so just looking at this, I immediately think in my mind, no. This is not all that. Pineapple is the note up top. This is the lightest pineapple I think I've smelled in a long time. We're used to Aventus pineapple. We're used to, what is it, Dove or Dulce pineapples out of the can or whatever. We're used to all that kind of pineapple. If you're looking for that, this is not anywhere in the wheelhouse of that. This is light. But it is there. Super easy to wear fragrance because, this is for the guy or girl. Is it unisex? It's gotta be. Yeah, it's unisex. Look at that bottle, guys. That's a crazy bottle. You might just have to buy that bottle just to have it on the shelf. But yeah, some of the lightest pineapple I've ever smelled. Now, mind you, I've loaded this test strip up with about 8 sprays. And I really want to have good information about this. So I'm going to put it on skin to see if it's as light as it is on the test strip. I want to actually give it some respect. Sometimes stuff that's light on the strip actually does have some decent performance on skin. So we loaded my arm up, and we'll check that out in a little bit. Certainly get the pineapple. Don't really get the cardamom. Vanilla bean, no. Sage and incense. Maybe the sage, not quite the incense. Maybe a little bit of sandalwood, certainly not tonka bean. And maybe the slight earthy vibe of it feels like patchouli. This is ocean water in a bottle light. Okay, guys? Ocean water in a bottle light. And it almost, even the closer I get to it, feels like a little fruit roll-up-y, but it does feel very fresh. It doesn't have any kind of synthetic to, it doesn't feel like candy. It's just that type of tinge. Like the pineapple is light, but it's still pineapple. So it does have a pungent, recognizable feel. But yeah, this is almost essentially just maybe pineapple, sage, a little bit of sandalwood, a little bit of patchouli, call it a day. But it feels like imagination, just much less synthetic. Imagination organic. This is a bottle you would absolutely run through. You would spray yourself 10 to 15 times just to make sure you could smell yourself. The projection is extremely weak. There's no sillage to even speak of. This is an easy to wear fragrance for somebody who doesn't typically like to wear fragrance. And I'll give you an example because there is a place for this. My wife does not like to pack on sprays. The most she will ever spray a fragrance is twice. She does not like wafts, does not like projection. So she wears certain fragrances for that reason. She likes light, airy, fresh fragrances, slightly sweet, slightly floral, call it a day. So yeah, this is not a skin scent by any means, but it certainly feels like the after effects of a really expensive body wash that smells like imagination, that after you took the shower and went outside and smelled yourself, you have a little bit of after residue of that soap, and I don't want to call it soap, but that body wash feel. It doesn't feel like a body mist. You know, it does feel like a fragrance. It just feels like they used more alcohol than notes. It's not alcohol smelling though. You guys understand what I'm trying to say? It's diluted down. It's not very projective. There's no sillage to speak of. Whereas Imagination is very much forward with it. I don't know. There's a subtle seduction with this, but it's definitely a playful fruit. It's very light. It's extremely light. Like, imagine if like your son or your kid or you ate like a pack of Gushers or fruit snacks or something like that, and then the bag was just laying there and you picked it up and you caught a waft of the fruit snacks. Like, that's how light it is, guys. But it is a good smell. Yeah, for all of my light wearers and my soft sprayers, this might be a great fragrance for you because it definitely smells good, but you're going to run through that bottle. I mean, you are going to Usain Bolt through that bottle because it's going to demand like 10, 15 sprays. It's not even one of those fragrances I would tell you to go outside and let it aerate for half a second before you let it settle. This is one where I could spray that thing 10 times on me right now, and I'll have to point my head down just to smell it. But nonetheless, it is a very good fragrance. Don't look at this window right here when you look up this fragrance. Don't look at this at all and think that this is characteristic of this fragrance. It almost doesn't even tell the story. This is predominantly maybe a kind of slight cardamom tinge on the pineapple, a little bit of freshness from sage, and then a tiny bit of sandalwood and patchouli, providing this kind of sweet by the ocean, earthy vibe. And it's very playful. This is a casual scent entirely, but I do feel like it's a little bit grown. So, you know, I would say this is like well, let me say this, guys. Man, this episode is sloppy, but I'm going to leave it because I want to communicate what I've truly experienced about this fragrance. You will probably react to this fragrance the same way when you first try it. It's like, it's talking to me, you know, it's inviting itself into my life. I'm used to getting fragrance a certain way, and this is presenting itself, you know, not loud. I got to get close. I got to spend time with it. I got to get intimate. But the more I do, the more I'm starting to like it. I think without question, this is about an 8 out of 10 fragrance at best. I do like the smell of it. And I think as it sits on skin, I start to kind of feel out other elements outside of the pineapple, cardamom, sage, patchouli, sandalwood. I don't know what the notes are, but it just has a subtle beauty to it. It's starting to really surprise me. If you're okay running through the juice, this is absolutely worth it. I'm curious to see the price tag on something like this. But yeah, this is a complete casual, ageless fragrance. The thing I like about it is it has a note. It has an Imagination feel, but feels way more natural and not synthetic. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't smell the tiniest bit synthetic. This is like a borderline an essential oil. But it is so fresh and out there. So this is the eBay price. Can I find Taj 2 on like Fragrance Buy? Oh, I was trying to take you guys to my window here. Taj 2. Man, I apologize for the sloppy episode, guys. You guys know I'm normally pretty smooth with it. So 60 on here. Man, is that the cheapest you can get this fragrance? Maybe Fragrance Net has it for a good price? They don't even got it. Is it on Amazon? What's going on with the links? It's Fragrance Aura 54, Fragrance Net. No, that's not the right fragrance. Dang, where do they sell this fragrance? Okay, so this is Blue Talisman Twist. Okay, that's starting to make a lot more sense. And it's sold out. Man, is this hard to find, guys? They're selling decants of it. Does anyone have this fragrance? Sound off in the comments if you guys know they carry this anywhere. So you got to go out the dang country to get this fragrance. I'm only seeing it on eBay, guys. Maybe that's why people are upcharging it. Man, what's up with the links today? Okay, let's wrap this up, guys. It's a great fragrance. It's very subtle. It's soft, ageless, any season, any reason. Casual. I don't think you can dress it up any more than that unless you're in a relationship. Maybe you rock this with your girl or something. But I think even girls might be able to tap into it as well. Is this a unisex fragrance? It is unisex. So I think it could actually go well on both. Now, one thing I will say is this. This was claimed to be a Blue Talisman fragrance on a certain website. This is Bulgari Tiger Light with a tinge of more blue. This is Imagination Extra Light. If you're looking for a Blue Talisman clone, I don't think this fragrance is it. I think Alexandria Fragrances or Dua might have a better Blue Talisman, and I think there's probably well over 5 Blue Talisman clones. This is not what you're going for. But if you're going for the DNA that I'm suggesting and you're a soft sprayer, or you just want something super subtle and easy to wear, I think Taj 2 absolutely gets at least a very strong, solid 8 out of 10 everyday utility fragrance that will go well in your collection, both as a fragrance and as a bottle. This bottle's insane, guys. Real quick, let's just look at the bottle one more time. That is a cool bottle. That is really neat. What does Blue Talisman look like? Okay, so I see what they're doing there. They didn't copy it, but they copied the colors, so that's cool. All right, anyways, guys, sorry to take too much of your time there. Sometimes we're going to stumble through it, but I'm trying to bring you guys value. You know how I am. I'm honest with it. I'm unscripted completely. This is an initial thoughts freestyle run to try and give you a real first action, in-depth take of a fragrance. And so, yeah, this was Fragrance World, okay? Taj 2, Taj space 2, the number 2, and 8 out of 10. I think it's a good grab, and it kind of surprised me the more and more I smelled it. If you're looking for a fragrance to do a lot for you, this is not it. This is a very soft take on a really beautiful DNA that gets more beautiful over time. I do think after about maybe 3 or 4 hours, this is going to become a skin scent, but certainly while it's alive and breathing, it is a very nice take. In fact, in some ways, it's better than Bulgari Tiger, not the actual fragrance, but like your Tarathi Blue and stuff like that, or your Imagination clones, because it smells a little bit more natural, a little less fruit basket, citruses on woods assortment type vibe, and just feels very, very much like you're walking through a field of flowers and fruits, and the ocean water is just wafting air up it, and you're just getting a very natural, soft take on a very familiar DNA. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. I'm not going to turn the scent bubble logo on because I've accidentally clicked it many times for you guys, and I apologize. But let me know if you have any questions in the comments, or if there's anything that I left out. This fragrance looks extremely hard to find. Do I think it's north of $50 worthy? Only if you're a soft sprayer and therefore you have a hard time finding softer fragrances, then I think it warrants the price, absolutely. But I personally probably wouldn't pay more than about $35 on a fragrance like this, and it looks like it's going to be pretty hard to find that. Yeah, and if you're looking for a Blue Talisman clone, look elsewhere. This is not going to give you everything I think you're looking for if you're looking for Blue Talisman. Okay, guys, this is the Scent Bubble. Hope you have a blessed week, and until next time, we are going to improve our videos from this point forward because that video was a disaster.